I noticed smoke from here. So I suspect it was because I didn't actually tighten all this bolt to the spec. So I guess like while I'm here, what it means is I need to, you know, remove, you know, the radiator that I just fit, the fan that I just fit. You know, basically like, you know, pull this thing, you know, apart. But okay, so it is actually another day. I was waiting for the parts because, you know, last time, right, I got this stud removed, and then it was because of my I was over tightening this nuts here, so I found it very hard to remove this nut, and I think it's just more easy to order new parts. And yeah, I have been waiting for the new parts since this morning, and I got this received. I ordered a lot of these nuts and also the stud because I know that I need this number as well. And then yeah, I you know, I can express enough you know, thank you to this company. Well, I buy this part, right? I bought this part, you know, they didn't sponsor, but I think this is a very good company if you want to look for parts like this, to just get the parts number in, and then like, you know, now this time I use a DHL next day, and yeah, super quick. And yeah, going back to what I was saying previously, right? So I got this this stud like not deep enough, and then causing a problem. And then like I can clearly tell that there's a tiny little gap between the manifold and also the spacer here. So so what happened is that now I need to get the stud in, you know, get this new stud in, right? So and then yeah, refit everything, and hopefully I will have a car that don't have any exhaust leak. This is what I think. So how do I fit this thing in? I think there are many ways that you can do. You can do a double nut, which, you know, I found it that will also work. But then, you know, because I already got this tool that the stud remover, right? So yeah, I think this one is quite solid, to be honest. So so I'll use this. So I'll hand tighten this thing first, get it in first, and then, you know, afterwards, like, you know, using this tool to help me to get this stud, you know, into the block as much as we can here. So yeah. So hopefully you can see it. So this one I was not able to use the tool because the space here is actually blocking, so we need to use a double nut method for this. Also, like this one, maybe I can get the two in, but then this one is, you know, blocking my way, the exhaust manifold. And then I think this one I just, you know, tightened that earlier, but I will double check as well as this one as well. Maybe also need to double nut. So this side I will need to use the double nut, but then like this field I just tighten it, and then I think they should be fine. So but yeah, I will double check that you know, just before fitting all this thing, to make sure they're all, you know, tightened to a point that, you know, that's good enough, so that I don't have to rework this again. Yeah. Okay, so I got this nice dust, you know, all getting to the hole that you need to get into, right? So I I was so nervous that and it's gonna ruin up the things again. So that's why like this time I do another test here, right? So I put a spacer here, right? So you can see I also put a nest. You know, I can still using my wrench to get this bolt going further. Actually, I don't feel any like resistance. So I think the thread is good. And then like you know I'm also like thinking about the gap between the spacer and the nut, so which is like you know right now it should be like less than this one, the thickness of the manifold. So what it means is I think the stud should be you know sufficient, like you know deep enough to avoid any gap between the stud and also the nut. I mean the spacer and the nuts. So what it means is like if I put the gasket back, I put back this you know manifold back, I should be able to give it the best pressure that I need to give to this nut spacer whatever, and hold this thing back. I mean hold this thing tight so that there will not be any leak. I also like do a measurement basically like on this distance like between like how much you know distance should left you know outside on the stud, so that you know to make sure it is actually in, because all of this I tighten that to my best and yeah. So and then I'm just afraid if I tighten that further it will actually snap it. So so I measure it like you know I think it's around like 3.5 centimeters to like 4 centimeters. Actually it's less than that, so less than 4 centimeters. So I think it should be fine. I hope it should be fine. You know, I'm going to give it another try. If this time is still failing, I will just pay someone to do it, you know, which I very much hope that I don't have to, but in case, wish me good luck. It's almost done. You know, I got the other nuts, you know, both you know tighten, kind of hand tighten, you know, but then this one like you know because you know this mount here, right? So we actually got this mount that that I don't know what's the purpose of this, but we have this mount you know installed here before. So and then like you know I found that I pushed this that too deep inside. So I'm thinking maybe I should just need to either not using this spacer or you know turn that stud you know out. I think for now I will try to not using the spacer and see like how does that work. Yep. I mean it does not do what I want. Maybe I should I mean if it is still leaking, maybe I need to like you know take this out a little bit so that I can actually fit in the stud. And yeah, I mean if you do this work, I mean be careful about this, like you know is I don't know why what's the purpose of this thing anyway. Yeah, okay. Now I got this bolt all tightened, so yeah, 9 of those you know all installed. So yeah, well this time I actually didn't do a top wrench, because I think I get the feeling like you know how does that feel like actually when it is tightened. But yes, I'm pretty sure like this spacer does not move anymore, like you know there's no gap between the nut and the spacer. So I think for now it should be much better than before. None of them got a gap, or except this one, right? So this one like I basically cannot install a spacer because I don't have sufficient space for that, you know. So I mean like you know, the gap here is not sufficient for a spacer. So but I think it's tight enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refit all this thing. And earlier like I also like validate this 4 turbo nuts are actually tight enough. If they are still not doing its job, then I don't know what else I can look at, to be honest. So yeah, so things I think it's time to put the things back and then give it a try. I cannot recall which is my fourth or fifth time topping up this turbo oil. I very much hope that it is my last time. It's just annoying. Like, apart from the turbo oil, the pipe underneath is another pain as well, because this gasket love to drop to the ground, and then you basically like forget about that thing, and then like it means that we have to loosen this whole thing again just to install the pipe, and then it's not the easiest thing to do. Like, it's just annoying with this access. Okay, now moment of truth. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, like there were actually some smoke coming up. So because now I just warm up the engine, right? So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to tighten this thing, this bolt again, like tighten that a little bit further. This time I'm going to take a top wrench, and hopefully I will tighten that to the spec, and then we can test again. So just now I actually tightened this nut from 15 all the way to 25. Like I did that gradually, like 15, 20, and then I can see lesser and lesser smoke coming out. But yeah, I think right now I'm going to try 28 and be really careful to to make sure it doesn't snap. Yeah, to be honest, I'm very nervous about this, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway, like, because I do see the smoke coming from the exhaust is actually getting lesser and lesser, so finger crossed. Okay, I'm quite done. Just now I actually, like, first of all, I don't see any film or smoke coming from here, so I think it's good. I also get into the car, close the window and then turn on the heater, and then I don't see any I don't smell anything bad. So I may give another try, and another few days later, but for now I will quite done. And I also very glad to know that the fan is actually working, because just now, like, the car went into the temperature more than 90 degrees, right? And then the fan kicked in, and then it's been like very good. So I think it's doing its thing. So yeah, I'm very glad that at least I kind of get it to a better state, and then it means that I can actually move forward to put the things back. So yeah, for now I will quite done for this video, and I will come back with another one. And thank you for watching. Cheers, bye. Okay, this is actually another update. So I was saying, like, I thought the exhaust was fixed, right? Like the exhaust leak. But then, like, I noticed there's like one nut here, one stud, and the bolt here. Like, if you can see, actually, like, I already like removed that bolt. This one, if you can see it. So here, so that one was removed because so imagine, like, this thing was like got screw in, right? So, and then I found that somehow it keeps spinning, like I cannot actually tighten that, right? So, and then like and then actually this was the stud that was attaching to the engine block earlier. So imagine like this, right? So in the block, right? So this stud here, got drive in to the hole into the block, right? So and then like so that this block here, right? So this hole here. So so you can see, like, there are like some silver material on this thread. I think I actually ruined the refret that made by the mobile mechanic. So I believe you know, the mobile mechanic, like, you know, do drill in to remove the bolts, and then it kind of damaged the thread or like whatever like he did. So so he used this coil, heavy coil or something along this line to fix that thread. So you can see like this stuff here, the heavy coil. So he put that things in, and then like, you know, he push the he, you know, driving this stud, you know, all the way, and then it was good until I removed this thing once or maybe twice, because like actually I didn't remove the stud, but I removed the nuts on the stud because I have to do a multiple trial and error on that exhaust manifold to get that things fixed. And then like, you know, because of that torque and whatever things that I did there, it actually like broke the reflect there, the heavy coil there. So, and then like that's why, like, you know, and after I removed this, I put in a new stud, you know, hoping that maybe it will work. It never get in, and what I had, it was like, you know, a stud that, you know, keeps spinning and then not getting any forward. And then this is not good news, to be honest, like, because it means I may need to rework on this very lovely hole, which I actually don't really want to. Like, think about like all 8 bolts that here I already like got the tightened to spec, and there isn't any leak. What I'm going to do, yeah, so obviously I got the bolt removed. I got this board, so I think I will just do a refret, but then like just trying to install this heavy coil again. But I hope that I don't have to remove the exhaust manifold, because it just means I'm risking, you know, whatever, like, you know, I just need to go through the whole process again. It's just very tedious. I don't know like how many times I did this on this exhaust manifold. It's just horrible. The access is horrible, and I mean, it's like a multi-hours job, like, you know, I mean, like 2 or 3 hours job, to be honest. Like, although now I'm super familiar, like, just remove this and yeah, also this, and then like this, and then like all the bolts, which, yeah, I mean, like, anyway, okay, once again, I don't know if it's like my 3rd time, 4th time, or 5th time removing this exhaust manifold. But anyway, like, you know, I use a drill. Well, you know, I have been mentioning, like, you know, this hole, right? Like, you know, it doesn't have a hole, right? So and then like I got this what, there's tool to help me. Also, like, you know, I during my first time with you know, taping this hole, I don't know if I did it right, but I, like, just now I put you know, I put this thing in, like, you know, it seems that I do have some resistance. That's a good thing, because it means that I can hold this thing in, and yeah, I can I probably can lock my exhaust manifold properly. So what I'm going to do is, like, I'm going to try you know, refitting all this thing, and see if that actually works. I very much hope that it will work, you know, otherwise, you know, I don't know, like, you know, I probably need that mobile mechanic to come and help me again, like, which I definitely don't want to. Yeah, because it's just, you know, it means I'm going to spend another 200 pounds or something like that. Although, like, you know, having a professional to help is always great. But anyway, let's try. So once again, we have this all fitted again, because right, so I try, you know, fixing that, you know, that bolt there, right? So that stud or bolt, like, you know, I helical it. So so now at least we got something that hold in place. I mean, I didn't really like push it to the limit, because I really afraid that, you know, it will break again. But let's see, it's like, again, another moment of truth, and let's give a try and see if this is really fixed. I don't know like how many times I tried this. Let's give it a go. Okay, just now I let it run for like 5 minutes, and yeah, I don't see any more smoke, so I really think that I really hope that now I can call it done. And yeah, so and hopefully like you can you know, call this episode, so like, you know, at least like fixing this exhaust manifold leak, you know, done. And you know, just, you know, for your because I've been playing around this, you know, torque range, so you can see like I actually torque it to 29 instead of like 15. Like I don't know, like, you know, but I mean there is some, when I do the research, like, you know, some people saying like 23 to 28, so I don't know. And I mean, you need to go back to the workshop menu and see like, you know, what's the suggested torque, like, you know, if I can find it. But yeah, so yeah, thank you for watching. I know this is a very long episode, and yeah, I really hope like, you know, in next episode I can deliver something else, like for example like, you know, putting this thing back and then like do a test drive was not. So yep. Oh, and then yeah, there's actually another thing, like I didn't fit the heat shield because I need to like, you know, tighten the bolt on the fly. So I like while the car is running and then observe the leak. So now I may struggle a bit to put it back, or maybe I'm not going to put it back. So I don't know, I'm still thinking. But yeah, well, anyway, this is what it is.